Well, we have a problem in the West, right? It's been known that there's all this wild-ranging forest fire is damaging our homes and so on and so forth, right? Whatever the reason is, apparently the Professor Jim Hansen from NASA Goddard Institute for Space Study, by the way, you all know who he is, right? He's the father of global warming. He's the man who testified in the Senate in 1988, making a clear statement that he's 99% sure that he has already seen the global warming effect by the carbon dioxide. Okay? This is telling you the level of stuff he's doing. He's presenting this talk to show that the forest fire numbers burned in the areas has been increasing. Okay? And he showed data from 1960 to about 2017 or so. And this is based on a talk with children, okay, students at the symposium in Taiwan. And I have to say that, that seems very convincing, isn't it? If you are a big authority coming from America, former, NASA director. But I think the God is angry right here, right? Something is burning. But the problem is, he's pulling such a childish sort of thing. He put actually a link to the data set where he got it from. But he forgot that the whole data set is available from 1926 or so. Why would he do such a thing, He basically, you all understand, right? He was showing you only that little part, but he forgot to show you from 1926 to 1960. Isn't that childish? Are we serious about science? And these are called scientists, right? And I'm not supposed to tell people about this? I don't even know why he bothered to do this, actually. So, Professor Hansen, hello. But what happened when you do bad science? This is part of the stuff that I have passion about. When you mess around with science, you mess around with me, right? What happened? Well, you got award. I don't care how many awards he wins. It doesn't matter. Okay? It is that kind of problem, the reverse incentive science. You're not only not doing science, you have to do something anti-science to get an award, right? So these people, to me, they're just burning everything away. It's dangerous, dangerous. Don't do that, man. Because life is much more beautiful than that. One should not do that. This is just a sneak preview on my own study with my friend from University of Mexico by the name of Victor Velasco. We've been looking into the forest fire statistics. This is simply just to show you that the wildfire statistics from about 1930s or so until now, and then we make a forward forecast. We analyze the data. It turns out that the data has very strong, what you call, every 10-year kind of cycle. It has also every 40 years kind of cycle. And then we train the computer using some of this algorithm called artificial intelligence to actually make some forward forecasts, just simply to show that you can do some of this exercise. And I don't mean that I already know everything, but this is just an example of what science is all about. And then we know that it's summer now, so I'm obligated to show this chart from Professor John Christie of University of Alabama, Huntsville, is to show you all this record daily hottest temperature in United States. United States has a very good temperature record, so we can go back about from 1895 until now. You can see it's been changing up and down, but then what we have now is just what it is. That's all it is, right? It has nothing to do with this. Because they tend to use that, every time there's a heat wave, it has to be global warming, right? The next one I'm going to show you is that the cold wave, when you have excessive snow. This shall be done by the former science advisor to President Obama by the name of John Holdren. That's what he says. He says that with global warming, we're going to have more cold extreme. Please make sure you understand that facts. But I like to remind who John Holdren is, right? John Holdren is one of those that, in my opinion, has been very much an activist from day one. Of course, that's the only reason why he got selected. But he's by President Obama. And then he's the kind of type to say that you have too much energy is kind of bad for people, right? Because we'll be like giving little kids a machine gun. Yeah? So it is known, and this is even cited in scientific literature because he's a very well-known character, right? He's a science advisor to the president. So in scientific paper, people even cite him that saying that with global warming, we're going to have extreme cold wave. Okay? But it is known. Look at what the titles say, right, of this scientific paper. That say that we actually will have a lot less cold extreme, isn't it? That kind of makes sense, right? But every time there's a cold wave during the winter, they send out guys like John Holdren coming to defend this status quo of their facts. Another paper by more distinguished scientist, Tapio Schneider, is among the best climate dynamicists from Caltech. Clearly also say that global warming will lead to less frequent cold outbreaks in northern hemisphere winter. That's basically what science say. He probably didn't want to call out to find out the answer, right? And worse yet, it is well known that IPCC themselves is actually saying that they have long predicted that when you have global warming, you ought to at least have less snowstorm, isn't it? So if you don't believe me, this is what IPCC say. Milder winter temperature will decrease heavy snowstorm. So this is the type of political game and so-called experts are selling to the rest of the world.